AdamandEve.com is home to over 20,000 adult movies, toys, lingerie, and inexplicably, those things that you put on the feet of heavy furniture so you can easily move them across the room. I think they got a really good deal from the supplier or something. They have an amazing deal for you. Use coupon code FREAK at checkout and get 6 free full-length adult movies, a gift for him, a gift for her, and a gift for couples, plus free shipping on your entire order. Just go to AdamandEve.com and use coupon code FREAK at checkout. Hey, freaks, it's Friday, May 23rd, 2025. Coming up on the program today, Super Masturbation Brothers 3. Plus, a teenage mutant ninja lesbian rages over her Obama phone. The new TikTok trend where you just blow stuff up at school. And an update on Diddy's tiny Tootsie Roll cock. All this plus your voicemails today.
Okay, next hour we'll take your phone calls with Nick Redfern as we talk about one of Ian Punnett's favorite subjects, cryptozoology. Hey, Ian, double duty this weekend, huh?
Exactly. Oh, thank you. Were you watching any of the soccer action?
Yeah, I did in glimpses, but I'm more fascinated with Paul the Octopus.
Yeah.
He's picked Spain over the Netherlands, and he's not wrong. So, off we go.
Well, it was one of those little main surprises. When we walk in the house, it looked like one great big room, and then you could break it up like that, and each one could have its own separate heat. And I think, wow, I thought, is this going to really give it a driveway? And that depends. Did he threaten the Hoover? Has he not put away the dishes? And if a lot of people will keep keeping their shirt off, any reason at all to get it off.
Exactly.
It's Distorted View Daily with Tim Henson.
I actually want to be brainless.
If I were to molest somebody, I definitely would have done anal no matter what.
Full-bloom AIDS.
It's amazing. Beta!
Hey, everybody, Tim Henson back here with you one more time as we end the week with the Friday show. Have a great one for you. Recently on the podcast, I was singing along to some Nintendo music, putting lyrics to the, Wii Shop theme.
Pull out your American Express. Make sure you haven't reached your limit.
That's right, I'm going to make you listen to it again, because it's a banger!
It's the most magical of days. The time we buy a new video game. Spend some cash on Mario Kart Double Dash, or maybe a new Pokemon game. We got some Donkey Kongs. Buying one more wouldn't be wrong.
I wish I could put that song up on Spotify. Maybe I'll do a whole album of video game covers. The problem is I think the actual instrumental part is copyrighted, right? Nintendo's very litigious. I've been singing along to video game music for years. The reason why I bring this up today is because Homo Erectus in the Discord provided a link to a video of someone singing along and adding lyrics to a Super Mario Bros. 3 track. And I approve.
Driving and I'm speeding and I'm vigorously masturbating, swerving and I'm screaming and I violently come. I come! Driving and I'm speeding and I'm vigorously masturbating. Come on the wheel and then I come on the dash and then I come on the floor and then I'm done. Then I'm done.
These literally sound like lyrics that could have been written by me, right?
Done. Then I'm done. And then I shit on the seats. Slash over the tires. Break all the glass. Then forget where I am. Take off the plates. Bust out the lights, jump off the roof, and then I break into your house at night and walk into your kitchen and I'm cooking and I'm cleaning and I'm vigorously masturbating, washing and I'm drying and I violently come. I come, stirring and I'm frying and I'm vigorously masturbating. Come in the pot and then I come in a pan and then I come in a glass and then I'm done. Then I'm done.
I should mention this song is 6 minutes and 30 seconds long. There's a lot of masturbating.
And then I smash all your plates, bend all your forks, turn on your stove. Then I light a small fire, go in your fridge.
I'm not 100% certain, but I think this was created by a furry. The username is Arctic Fox. That kind of checks out, right? Actually, the song does start to loop about 1 minute and 30 seconds in, so it's not 6.5 minutes of different masturbation scenarios. Pretty much just masturbating in the car, masturbating in the kitchen, sneaking into your room, masturbating on your face or whatever, and then it goes back to the car. All right, well, there you go. That's Arctic Fox's Super Mario Bros. 3 Masturbatory Madness song. Thank you so much, Homo Erectus. Moving on now.
Oh, I've got some great police body cam footage. It's been a while since we've done one of these, a week or so. In this case, a woman is upset because her neighbors received a package intended for her. I guess UPS or FedEx left it in front of the wrong door. I think they're in an apartment complex.
I don't know what's going on, man.
I don't know.
All right.
She was yelling crazy shit and threatening her.
Okay. We'll see what the matter is.
I'm not sure who those people are. They're in the apartment complex in like the little front room, right? The sitting area. It's nice. Uh-oh.
A little wax plugged into the wall. A lock, a cord for the windows next door don't come in. Bling, bling.
I think that's gibberish because it ended with bling, bling. That was the closest to a word I could understand, decipher. This woman is inside of her apartment. The door's closed and you can still hear her clear as day, right? She is screeching. Before the police even deal with that, they go to the next door neighbor to see like what the deal is, why they called.
Yeah, you said the aide delivered a package?
FedEx or something.
Okay, gotcha.
And they put it in front of my door.
Mm-hmm.
And my aide just picked it up and brought it to me.
Your aide, okay,
and I
gotcha.
didn't look at it.
This must be some sort of like assisted living
I
place.
just opened it and I saw that it was for her.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw it was for her, I took it to her.
Okay,
And I
no
told her,
problem.
I said, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to open this. I didn't even look at it, Sonia. I said, Nancy
If you listen closely, you can still hear through the walls this woman screaming.
brought it to me and I didn't even pay attention.
All right, so she accidentally opened the package, and once she noticed it wasn't for her, she brought it over to the next door neighbor's house, and all hell broke loose. By the way, typically I would call bullshit on this neighbor's story. I always look, before I open a package, I look to see who the package is intended for, especially if I'm not like expecting something. I think she was just being nosy. Let's see if there's anything good in there. Of course, these are old people, so, they're playing by a whole other set of rules. Who knows what's going on in their fruity little heads? All right, let me fast forward a bit. There's a couple minutes of just listening to this woman through the walls. You can't understand much, so I'm going to fast forward to the part where she actually opens the door for the cops.
I have somebody broke a cell on my goddamn government phone and I'm pissed.
What?
What's the matter this
I want to press charges.
Oh.
This goddamn woman right here. I want to press charges on her on my government goddamn phone.
What happened?
She broke the cell. It's got 17 president cells. Press charges on her now.
You have the phone?
I think we're dealing with someone with a mental illness.
No!
Looks like you do.
I want this replaced. See this?
Well, there's the phone right there. I guess that's what was in the package. One of those Obama phones.
See this? It's a goddamn government phone.
It still hasn't been broken. It's still,
It's got codes. Now shut up.
it's intact.
You see this truck? You see this paw print? Thumb, 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 thumb. You see this thumb? See this thumb? You see this thumb? See this thumb?
She's saying there are thumbprints on the package.
You see these numbers? You see this name and numbers? You see name and numbers for the security? My name is Sonia, 5 letters. It's switch on a phone for D. And then you can code that, you code this, you code on my
Oh my God, she threw the phone. She slammed it on the floor. Again, the phone is still in its clear packaging. Like, no one has opened the phone. It's sealed. The only thing that was opened by accident was the envelope the phone was stuffed in. It wasn't even like a box.
You're under arrest.
No, I'm not!
Yeah, you are.
Okay, well, I feel like the cops are jumping to the arrest part a little too soon here. Yeah, she's crazy, but what crime has she committed? I guess she threw the phone towards the cops. It hit the floor.
It's a government phone! And somebody opened my mail in a hotel. They broke this cell on theft. Now I want Helen arrested too. We're both going handcuffs. Get Helen too. We're going together as twins. Get Helen. Let me pick up my trash.
No.
Get Helen.
No. Quit yelling at me. I've had enough.
No, Helen's going with me.
She really wants Helen to pay for this infraction. If I'm going down, I'm taking Helen with me. He's the real criminal here.
No, you're not. You're locking my door. Give me my goddamn license and my purse.
Where's your keys?
You're giving me my license and my purse.
Wait.
I can't tell if she's schizophrenic or not.
You're locking the door, giving me my license and my purse, and you're taking
It might just be the way she talks. Give me my purse right now. I want it right now. I want her to go to jail. I mean, when you think of schizophrenic people, you'd imagine she'd be talking more nonsense. She's with the government. She's an alien stealing my phone. She's a shapeshifter, Like, everything she has said so far is grounded in reality. It was a package for her. It was opened by accident. She's just really upset by it.
Come with me, cop. No!
I mean,
where's your keys at?
Yeah, she's being a bit unreasonable, but that doesn't make someone schizophrenic. I don't know how much of this you want to hear or can handle, but it's a lot of screeching.
Right, mother, now with me!
All right, your apartment's locked, okay?
Get the goddamn that did it!
She said, get the goddamn cunt that did this, referring once again to Helen. People go psycho over their phones. You know, like little kids, when you take their phone away and you're like, all right, that's enough phone time for today. They will lose their mind, kind of like this. You motherfucker, I was in the middle of playing Fortnite, god damn it! They treat their parents as if they're Helen. I'm calling the cops on you motherfuckers, this is my phone! You turn into little terrors if you try to take their phone away. All right, so now we got her in the back of the police car. That always leads to some great audio.
I'm a Teenage Mutant Turtle, and you can't put handcuffs behind me because of my handicap little child.
I don't know what she's saying there. The first time I played it, I heard her say I'm a handicapped libtard. Then I thought I heard handicapped Latino. She's not Latino. I don't know what she's saying here.
I'm a Teenage Mutant Turtle, and you can't put...
I'm a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, right? Like, you can sort of hear anything you want. Laurel, Yanni, Laurel. Remember that?
I'm a Teenage Mutant Turtle, and you can't put handcuffs behind me because of my handicap little child.
I'm pretty sure she said Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, which is lending credence to the idea that she is, in fact, schizophrenic. Or maybe it's the mutagen ooze that made her this way.
I put him in the front of titties.
Okay, now I'm hearing titties. She's a friend of titties. Is that like a cute way of saying you're a lesbian? You know, there's like that old phrase for gay guys, friend of Dorothy, Wizard of Oz, friend of Dorothy. Maybe a friend of titties is a lesbian. Everything she says has to be analyzed. Like, it can go so many different ways. Who the hell knows what she's actually saying? All right, let's see what else comes out of her mouth.
I've been in my house for 7 months. I went to jail 3 times. I went to psych 7 times for crazy Sonya on a 5-letter word.
Okay, that I believe, actually.
Get me the f*** away from America!
She goes back and forth from being totally crazy to being reasonable. A lot of people are saying the same thing right now. Get me away from this country! It's crazy!
You son of a white honky tonk! Goosey A to B, 1 to Z! Can't get a lawyer with a goddamn dollar!
This string of insults goes on for 2 minutes.
With 2 pieces of metal in between your finger, bottle caps up, print a coin, and you can't hit a gumball machine in a candy shop to earn a lollipop in your mouth to suck it.
She's still going. She's gonna land this plane, though.
Slide blood out your wife's teeth, and then blood or eyeballs, and that's gonna look at you again funny. You piece of sucking. Now, have you been offended as an American? Me too! I don't want to be here!
In the end, she was only really charged with disorderly conduct, which makes sense because she wasn't doing anything illegal aside from the time she threw the phone at the ground and it may or may not have bounced up and hit the cop. I don't know. I think she needs the mental hospital more than she needs a jail cell. She's quite obviously unwell. Lesson learned. Don't stand between a woman and her Obama phone. All right, moving on now. Let's check in with another level of the law. We have featured sovereign citizens on the podcast who appear in court with a lawyer who has absolutely no control over their client. We've also had sovereign citizens appear defending themselves. What I haven't seen yet until this clip is a man using artificial intelligence to generate a fake lawyer. This is one of the dangers of having Zoom court hearings, right? You never really know what's going on. Although the judge sees right through this bullshit pretty quickly. She is not amused. Now, the way this guy pulled it off is kind of rudimentary, right? I think he just went to a website that has these artificially generated characters and you can make them say whatever you want. And he saved these files as QuickTime movies or, MP4s or something. And then he just began to play them when the judge asked about the lawyer situation.
May it please the court. I come here today a humble pro se before a panel of 5 distinguished justices.
All right, like already 3 words in. The judge, what, hold on.
I come here today a humble pro se before a panel of 5 distinguished justices.
Is this, hold on. Is that counsel for the case?
Oh, I generated that.
I'm sorry?
I generated that? That is not a real person.
Okay, it would have been nice to know that when you made your application. You did not tell me that, sir. I received the application. And you have appeared before this court and been able to testify verbally in the past. You have gone to my clerk's office and held verbal conversations with our staff for over 30 minutes. Okay? I don't appreciate being misled. So either you are suffering from an ailment that prevents you from being able to articulate.
Yeah, go with that one.
Or you don't. You are not going to use this courtroom as a launch for your business, sir. So if you are able to shut that off.
He put the video back up on the screen.
Business, sir. So if you are able to shut that off. If you want to have oral argument time, you may stand up and give it to me.
I honestly don't know what the hell's going on here. I thought it was a Zoom hearing, but it appears like he's actually in court. And for some reason, he has control over a computer. Maybe he was like, Your Honor, I've got some amazing evidence here. Here's a video of my lawyer.
Driving and I'm speeding and I'm vigorously masturbating, swerving I'm screaming and I violently come.
I played the wrong video. That's not my lawyer. It's a video of my accountant. Apologies to the court. Switching gears, I love any new TikTok challenge because they're all just so dumb. It's like a race to the bottom. I'm literally waiting for the kill yourself TikTok challenge to take off. Whose suicide could rack up the most views? And then there's another challenge, after they kill themselves, like, which funeral is going to get the most influencers to attend? Could be a whole thing. We haven't quite reached that point yet. Rural Gaming, that's ROO-RAL, Rural Gaming, over there in the Discord, provided a link to an interesting local news piece on a new TikTok challenge.
We mentioned this briefly yesterday, and it's happened again. It's called the Chromebook Challenge. It involves students damaging school-issued laptops by inserting pens, paper clips, and other objects into the charging ports, causing sparks or a fire.
My initial instinct is to make fun of these school districts who can't afford real computers, giving their kids Chromebooks, fucking slumming it, But it totally makes sense because kids just wreck shit. One of these YouTube technology channels I watch, because I'm a big dork, involves this guy who just buys up bulk laptops. And they're usually from school districts, right? Without exception, every last one of them are just thrashed to death. They're junk by the time these kids get through with them. 35 out of 50 won't even turn on. Many are just the screen has been detached, snapped in half. I mean, the guy tries to repair as many as possible. That's the goal of his channel. So out of 50, he'll use parts from some of the computers to fix other ones, and he'll end up with 12 or 15 working laptops. So, it makes sense. Why would a school district spend all that money on MacBook Airs if they're all just going to be destroyed in 3 to 5 years? Just buy crappy Chromebooks for $100. Kids are sticking paper clips in the charging port to make them explode. That's not normal wear and tear. You can easily see what happened. There's big burn marks and stuff. They should, the family should be charged for that, right?
Now a student's being charged in New Jersey.
Oh, I meant charged financially. This kid is going to go to jail.
Janice Yu has more.
Have you heard of the Chromebook Challenge?
Yeah, I saw on TikTok.
It's a new trend on TikTok, sticking metal objects into the ports of Chromebooks.
It doesn't just spark and short out the computer, rendering it useless. No, there's smoke. It explodes. Some of these are melted.
Metal objects into the ports of Chromebooks, causing them to start smoking. Belleville police are using this video that was posted online as a part of their investigation into what happened at Belleville High School.
There's no fun to this.
Well, sir, you're just lying. There's fun for me. First of all, I'm having a great time with this story. More importantly, the kids who made the Chromebooks explode, they're having a blast, literally. This is the type of shit kids love. They love fireworks, they love explosions, they love causing explosions. So don't say it's not fun for anyone. Just say it's the wrong kind of fun. Just say it's fun with consequences.
It's all dangerous.
First responders were called out to the school around 9:15 Thursday morning to find smoke coming out of a Chromebook.
And I'm sure the kid played dumb. I don't know what's going on. I just downloaded a file.
Video that's being used in the investigation shows the scene inside the classroom.
I wonder what is actually smoking, because it's a big plume of smoke. And if it's the battery, that fucking shit is toxic as hell. Kids should not be breathing that. And in the video, the kids are just all sitting down in their chairs. No one's concerned about an exploding laptop. Dumb fucking morons.
Teachers had to evacuate the building.
Yeah.
I was pretty mad, actually, because I was taking the AP stats test, and it got canceled because of it. I have to wait 2 weeks now to retake it.
Well, I found the student that everyone else hates. I was really mad because I was looking forward to this test. Now I have to wait another week. Meanwhile, all the other kids are like, yes, now I can finally study for this stupid thing. Totally gonna fail. And this kid is like, well, maybe with the extra time, the teacher can add a few more questions. Maybe some extra credit.
That could have probably caused a bigger fire than there was papers all around the place in the video.
Authorities say a 15-year-old student put the lead from a mechanical pencil into one of the laptop ports, and he's now charged with third-degree arson and criminal mischief.
He's now expected to receive life in prison. New Jersey is not playing around.
You see in a lot of the videos when the laptops start to smoke, and then once the battery starts to fail, you'll see kind of like turbulent smoke pushing out at like a rapid pace, and that puts the battery in what's called thermal runaway. At that point, the batteries are just going to continue.
It's like a nuclear explosion.
To overheat to the point that it could explode.
We're having a meltdown!
What happens with lithium batteries, they'll reignite. Most people don't know that. So they'll bring it back into the house, or they'll put it away, think it's okay, and then...
Who would keep an exploded laptop around? Just like throw it away. There's no coming back from that. There's no saving it.
Hours later, they'll have a problem.
This dangerous craze has prompted police and fire departments throughout the tri-state area to share warnings, not only of the potential dangers, but the potential consequences, too.
What, looking cool in front of your friends? That's the most likely outcome. I mean, this kid's not going to go to jail, right? They're going to slap on the wrist. Parents might have to pay a fine. That's it. Meanwhile, this kid goes down as a legend at his school. What I'm trying to say is, if I have any underage listeners checking out the podcast today, do some light arson during school hours. You'll be amazed at what it does to your social status. Ting! That's a Tim Henson tip for you. Take it from me. Oh, I was super popular in high school. I know what I'm talking about. Real quick, before we get into the news today, Galileo 2333 is back, and he's finally talking about the real victims of sexual assault. If you guys know anything about Galileo 2333, you know where this is going. The real victims, of course, are the pedophiles.
This is Galileo 2333. I think there's an engineered, specially designed program of extrajudicial execution and torture in prisons and the correctional system imposed upon adults that have sex with children, imposed upon pedophile offenders, people that are in for stuff that shouldn't even be illegal at all, and also used against non-violent rapists.
I love that in Galileo's mind, there is such a thing as non-violent rape. We call it sensual rape, loving rape. It's like a Hallmark romantic movie version of rape.
People who are in for sexual assault.
Again, the word is just, it's right there. How can something that's assault be non-violent? He's doing a lot of gymnastics to justify banging little kids.
Well, anyway, the thing about the experience in prison that many of us face if we're convicted of a sex crime is that, getting brutalized by other inmates and guards ignoring other inmates, murdering us or having or doing violence, especially emasculating us.
And by that, he means fucking them, making the pedophiles your bitch. You don't like the idea of someone forcefully and without your consent having sex with you? Huh. At no point does he make the connection that's something he advocates. The only difference is it's a little like an underage person you're doing it to.
The brutality towards people in prison for sex crimes, stuff that shouldn't be a crime, is probably an engineered system. I think there's bribery. I have a theory that, and this is the reason for this it's because prison guards, the prison guards, they're basically the same as every other police officer. They're just like, they're very similar type of training as other law enforcement officers. They have the similar, they're part of that entire, law enforcement.
He stumbles and bumbles. Like, listening to him is very frustrating. But his theory is the only reason other prisoners beat up and sexually assault child predators is because they're being paid off by the prison guards. When in reality, even like murderers just absolutely hate pedophiles. Like, how can you do that to a kid, right? That's the line that is drawn by most criminals. You can do whatever you want, but, leave the fucking poor innocent kids out of this. But Galileo can't understand that. He's like, no, there must be a conspiracy here. These guys are being paid off by prison guards, which might be true, too. That could be a component. I'm sure the prison guards hate the pedophiles as well. But, it's not going to take much to get a prisoner excited about messing with a child predator. All right, that's pretty much Galileo's entire spiel, even though he rambles on for 10 minutes.
The gangs, a lot of the street gangs and the cartels, they're very anti-pedophile. They're the ones, they're that's like the one exception of the don't snitch rule. The street gangs and that kind of stuff. If you're caught messing around with a kid, that's like the one exception to the don't snitch rule. You didn't get a choice, either have yourself be killed or turned over to law.
Yeah, law enforcement is what he says. So yeah, this is one of those rare times where we're all on the side of the cartels here. Congratulations. You had us see eye to eye with street gangs. What a fucking ghoul that Galileo 2330 is. All right, and with that, let's get into the crazy, bizarre twist to the fucked up news right now. Guys, again, I apologize for the wonky show schedule this week. We started with a mini program on Monday because this prior weekend I was in Ashtabula. And then yesterday's show was posted a little bit late. And then now today, of course, posting the show late as well. Unfortunately, my mom took a turn for the worse. She is currently in the emergency room, which sounds concerning. And I guess it is. But, I've been in constant contact with my sister and everything, and she's like, I don't think you need to come up. I think everything's going to be okay. So I'm kind of playing it by ear right now. Still, I would like to get this show done just in case I need to head up to Ashtabula again. The real reason why I bring this up is if for some reason next week there's no show at the beginning, that might be because I'm up there. You can follow me on social media, and I'm sure I'll keep you guys posted. Now, Monday is a holiday here in the U.S., so I think what's going to probably happen is we'll just do a mini program on Monday. It's Memorial Day in the United States. One of my favorite holidays. Definitely top 3. Again, though, if anything changes, I will let you freaks know on social medias. Want you guys, if you are not yet Sideshow members, please consider signing up. Membership's very inexpensive. Just go to distortedview.com. All major credit cards and PayPal accepted. You can also sign up inside of Spotify and inside of Apple Podcasts. Any way you choose really does help out the show. Make me feel better, okay? My mommy's sick. I'm already pulling that angle. Look, I'm shameless. I love my mother. Don't get me wrong. I'm very concerned for her, and I'm getting ready to head out the door if need be. But I will use whatever I can to my advantage to get you to sign up for the sideshow. Is it in bad taste? Yes. Do I care? Not really. One other way to help support the show, we've got a Patreon account, patreon.com/distortedview. Pledge as little as $1 over there. Pledge as much as you can, actually. That would be great. 3 very quick stories now. First up, oh, looky here. We got one from our most fucked up state. Say it with me.
Praise Jesus. Give me hallelujah. Down home of Florida. Did the moon walk all day. Happy now. Florida is the moon walk all day. Praise Jesus.
Well, this is an interesting story. A Florida man has violated his parole, but I don't know, it may have been justified. A Florida man's attempt to cool off after a viral food stunt has landed him back behind bars. Darren Delkus, 36, was arrested this week for breaching the terms of his parole after he was seen in a video drinking a Corona beer. Apparently, he's not supposed to touch any alcohol. That shit gets him in trouble all the time. But he needed to drink something because he was participating in the notorious Hot Chip Challenge, a social media dare involving an ultra-spicy tortilla chip. I guess there was no milk or water in the house. According to an arrest affidavit, the man, who is on parole in connection with a felony stalking conviction out of Colorado, is prohibited from consuming alcohol or entering establishments that primarily serve alcohol. The video, believed to have been recorded in March, showed him holding and drinking from a beer bottle. Like, the real question is, where was he at? Was he in a bar? Because that's just straight up incriminating. All right, so the video, which was recorded in March, showed him holding and drinking from a beer bottle in apparent reaction to the intense heat of the chip. See, if I was his lawyer, I would argue, well, you don't actually know that beer was in the bottle. My client pours lemonade into the beer bottle. He just likes the feel to hold, beer bottles. It's very comforting to him, being an alcoholic. All right. Honestly, I've heard worse defenses. All right. The footage surfaced during a review by probation officers who then confronted the man at a scheduled check-in on Wednesday. He reportedly confessed to taking just a swig of the beer. No biggie, citing the unbearable spiciness of the chip. Officials say the video confirms a clear violation of his parole conditions. Dielks, or whatever the fuck his name is a risk for himself and to others with any further alcohol use, wrote a probation and parole officer in the affidavit. The challenge, widely circulated online, typically involves eating a chip dusted with chili powder derived from some of the world's hottest peppers, often sending participants scrambling for relief, sometimes with unfortunate consequences. Fiery diarrhea. I think they're talking about fiery diarrhea. Now, this isn't the only recent issue for Dielks. Earlier this month, he was also cited for failing to comply with a requirement to wear a GPS monitoring device, on account of the stalking. They really want to keep tabs on this guy. Dielks' criminal history is extensive, surprise, surprise, including convictions for drug offenses, theft, burglary, and violating a domestic violence restraining order. Remember the stalking, too. Records indicate he has served around 7 years in prison collectively, and his parole was scheduled to run through late 2026. Second story we have for you today. Oh boy, we got another one from our most fucked up state. Say it again, baby.
Florida, our most fucked up state. Florida, our most fucked up state.
I like that one. It's very military march. This story comes from Ocala. Thank you, boys. So much pomp and circumstance. All for a story that is really about a woman punching a dude's testicles at a steakhouse. Right in the meat pouch. A night out ended in handcuffs for a 32-year-old woman who allegedly skipped out on a steakhouse bill and delivered a painful punch to a police officer's groin. Rachel King was arrested on May 6th after officers were called to Mark's Prime Steakhouse in downtown Ocala after reports of an unpaid bill. When police arrived, they found King seated at the bar and reportedly intoxicated. Staff informed officers that King was refusing to settle her $99 bill. I wonder how much of that was the steak and how much of that is the alcohol. I don't know, because honestly, if she had 4 or 5 drinks, it's a pretty reasonable amount for a nice steak dinner, unless she only had alcohol. Let's read on. I don't know why I'm so interested in what this woman had to eat. I guess I'm hungry. I haven't had a good steak meal at a nice steak restaurant in a long time. I think the last time must have been Ponderosa. That's what I consider to be a nice, good steakhouse meal. The Ponderosa Steak and Buffet. Many of you probably don't even know what Ponderosa was. It was this chain of crappy restaurants that had buffets, and yes, steak too. You'd pay $12 and you'd get a steak, and you could go up to the buffet as many times as you wanted. It just had so much stuff. I think the last time I went to Ponderosa was with Joey, because and it still exists. There's 1 or 2 Ponderosas in Ohio. Joey, if you're listening, let's go out to lunch sometime. I'll drive up to Hillsboro or wherever the fuck the last Ponderosa is. Anyway, back to the story at hand here. An officer helped escort King outside of the restaurant's patio where she took a seat. A bystander offered to help resolve the situation by covering the tab. Who the hell is that angel? The real hero of the story. Apparently there was a condition. King would have to send them money through Venmo. King agreed and gave an officer permission to use her phone to complete the transaction. Okay, well, it sounds like it was all resolved, right? Not so fast. The situation quickly turned hostile, according to the report. While the officer was attempting to use the phone, King became agitated and told him to leave her alone. Surprise, surprise. She didn't have any money in her Venmo account. Are you kidding me? She then allegedly yanked the phone out of his hand, pulled her arm back, and punched the officer directly in the testicles. causing what was described as extreme pain. Well, following the assault, King was taken into custody and booked into the Marion County Jail. Now remember, her steakhouse bill was $99. That has now turned into $17,500. She was released 2 days later after paying the $17,000 bond. She now faces charges of battery on a law enforcement officer and defrauding a business of under $300. King is scheduled to appear in court on Tuesday, June 10th at 9 a.m. And finally, today, freaks, we kind of have a little Diddy update, although it's Diddy adjacent. It's more about a person talking about Diddy. As Sean Diddy Combs continues to face a barrage of legal troubles, I think it's important to be specific about those legal troubles. There's sexual assault, the freak-off parties. Most recently in the news, there was some information about Diddy's dong, or lack thereof. A newly filed lawsuit from an anonymous woman added yet another layer of controversy. We talked about this on the show not too long ago. The woman who claims she was sexually assaulted by the music mogul at his New York City apartment back in 2001 described Diddy's genitals in a way that has been hard for the public and late-night TV to ignore. According to court filings, she compared his penis to a large Tootsie Roll in both length and girth, dubbing it an itty-bitty Diddy. While the lawsuit itself is part of a broader and serious string of accusations facing the Bad Boys Records founder, including a separate federal trial involving alleged sex trafficking and racketeering, the candy-themed genital comparison has taken on a media life of its own. Nancy Grace is getting in on the action. What fucking hole did she crawl out of? You never hear about Nancy Grace unless there's a high-profile case involving a missing white girl or a celebrity's cock. Former prosecutor and TV personality Nancy Grace reacted with visible disgust during her broadcast as she unwrapped a Tootsie Roll on air. I believe I have a clip of her talking about the roll.
Ever since I started investigating Sean Combs, all I've thought about was candy, candy, candy.
I mean, she's trying to be funny or clever here, but it's like, why are you thinking about candy? There's no connection.
All I've thought about was candy, candy, candy. You know what? I can barely open this Tootsie Roll midgie.
Again, wrong. Isn't it just called a midge?
Suddenly I've lost my appetite, Sean Combs, and I think it's because of you.
You hear like the fake disgust in her voice as she throws the Tootsie Roll down. It's all very performative, and it's not funny. You know what I mean? She's just trying to show how disgusted she is with this pervert. It's like, yeah, we all are. We're all on the same page here. Diddy's a bad, gross person. Yes, Nancy went on to say, suddenly I lost my appetite, and it's because of you. Then she smashed the Tootsie Roll. Rapper and longtime Diddy rival 50 Cent also joined the pile-on via Instagram, posting a photo of court documents alongside a Tootsie Roll and riffing on the classic dance song Tootsie Roll. He wrote, to the left, to the right, now slide. That's why he in the corner masturbating. See, that's funnier than Nancy Grace, marginally. Diddy, who was arrested last September, is currently embroiled in multiple legal battles. There's no way he's getting out of this, right? I mean, he's going to be going away for a while. If convicted on the most serious charges in his federal case, he could face a life sentence. So far, witnesses include the singer Cassie, I don't know, Danity Kane's Don Richard, and an exotic dancer known as the Punisher. So great. As the courtroom chaos continues, so does the media circus. So stick with Distorted View Daily for updates. Ding. That, my friends, is your Distorted News for Friday. Let's do a couple voicemails and get the hell out of here. All right, guys, let's do this quickly because I got to get out of here. I got shit to do. Many ways to contact the show at distortedview.com. I'm all over social media at distortedview on Twitter and Instagram, facebook.com/distortedviewshow. Also, don't forget, we've got a P.O. box. If you have anything that you'd like to send me in the mail physically, let's get physical. You can check out our post office box address. It is on the show notes today. And, of course, we've got a Discord where all the freaks are hanging out. For your invite in, just click on the link in the main navigation bar over there at distortedview.com. All right, a couple voicemails here.
Hi, Timothy. It's Meowness. I had a business venture idea for you.
Great.
After listening to several people over the years try to talk some sense into you financially speaking. I know when you're doing a bit. I feel like I can tell when you're kind of like faking being lost or faking being kind of confused about a subject. But dude, when people start actually talking about anything to do with finances, you cut right through that. I can tell that you really don't know what about it. And I feel like it would be pretty funny. And I wonder if you could market it more broadly than for DV listeners. I wonder if you could partner with someone that delivers financial information in an engaging, fun way, but like you play the doy that's like, I don't understand what that means. What is that? And then like do some of your bits and then like make some like side content that's like,
ooh, that's a good idea.
I think I understand how this thing works. Dude, I would watch every fucking episode of that.
All right.
That could be a lot of fun.
Does anyone know any interesting financial people? I don't know, what do you call them? Financial experts? People are into stocks and mutual funds or something? I would happily partner with them for some content, and I'll play the dummy. It's a part I know well.
Jimmy Boo, it's DJ C calling from the Tesla of Love. Just calling about the video you played on the 16th of the kids going to the GameStop singing about a Pokemon song.
Yeah.
So, as a Pokey dad right now, I have to fill you in on the craze that's going on.
Yeah, I kind of talked about this a little bit. Again, not very knowledgeable on the topic. I've just seen videos of people like rushing into Costco because Costco has received a shipment of these Pokemon cards, and people just absolutely go insane.
So those Pokemon cards, those ETBs and packs, boxes of packs, you can buy them at GameStop, Walmart, Target for MSRP, which is about $50 for ETB, a box of 6 packs or 8 packs, whatever. And you can buy it for like $120, $150 for the box of 24 packs. But then what's happening is because the card values inside those packs, specifically for Prismatic, there's like $1,000 card in there.
Right.
So you can resell this box that you paid $54 for on the internet for like $300.
But how do you know if the pack has that card in it? Because isn't it kind of random? Don't you have to open the packs first?
Just based on the fact that it may have
and if you
$1,000 card, or if you rip it and you get the $1,000 card, obviously you've made triple your money. So
right.
People are using it as an investment, but it's really a lot.
See, now that's, again, this is the type of financial advice I'm looking for. So what you're saying is I should buy up as many of these cards as possible. Just drain my bank account, because this is going to be my retirement.
Auto wheel, man, because a lot of that prismatic stuff with the $1,000 card, very hard to find in the real world. From what I understand, I didn't get crazy with it. My son was like, "Oh, we have to get them." I'm like, "No, we don't. Not at $1,000." I'm not.
Is there any way that I can guarantee get a prismatic card?
And $600 a box. You know, I'm paying.
Can anyone help me scam the system that way?
MSRP. That's it. You know, I gave him the what for about going to these scalpers and paying too much, but
it's amazing that Pokemon is still a craze like it is. Like I remember in what was it, the late 90s when this thing came out, it was a huge deal. The games, and I guess the cards too. And then now all of a sudden, you know, they're back, and it's insane.
Those fuckers are.
I mean, they didn't go anywhere. The games have always been popular, but I don't recall people freaking out over the cards as much as they have been recently.
Especially the ones singing in the GameStop, because the Bubble Mew is like a way old set.
Okay,
yeah, they're not getting a Bubble Mew.
Okay, I don't need to hear about Bubble Mew or whatever. I get the gist of it. Thank you.
Chigoo, Timmy Boo, Tony Prolab calling in. Just wanted to bring up a point. When you were talking to Gang Tim, he's been a listener for a long time. I'm 32 now. Birthday was the 20th.
Hey, happy birthday.
Tuesday. But I've been listening since I was like 14 years old. It's a long fucking time. But I want to say the show is still very good. It's still the same type of format.
Yeah.
And shit just gets fun.
I don't grow, right? A lot of people grow and mature as they get older. Not me. Still the same dumbass.
About here.
Stunted growth is what we call it.
As the years go on, and it's fantastic. You find the best shit, especially the fake disabilities. I think that is fucking hilarious. Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
And one more thing to add. Have you ever thought of not getting a crossover SUV? I mean, have you looked at like a sedan, like a Honda Accord?
A sedan?
I mean, you could probably even buy a Honda Accord.
A sedan?
Pretty fucking cheap.
Who the hell's driving around in sedans?
Just kind of want.
I need an SUV for my fat ass. I like things a little higher up, and I'm not talking about like value or perceived niceness. I'm just talking about physically. I like things to sit up a little bit higher. I'm tall. I don't like to like feel like I'm falling down into a chair, into the car seat. I mean, I've driven my mom's car. Lord Douche has a sedan, and it's fine. It's just, just a little lower than I prefer. I get what you're saying, though. They're much more affordable.
Put that up.
All right. Thank you very much for the hot tip there. Let's do one more call here. How about that?
To collect a debt, and any information obtained will be used for
a debt collector.
That purpose. Please call 855.
It's obviously a scam because I typically don't give creditors the Distorted View voicemail line to call in.
All you guys calling in and complaining about the Discord are a bunch of gay nerds.
Wasn't I just complaining about the Discord myself the other day? I'm like, you guys aren't providing me enough content. I need more video submissions. Boo-hoo. What the hell's going on over there? Well, those are legitimate complaints. So please, sign up for the Discord. Whip those assholes in shape. There is still like a lot of conversation and stuff going on in the Discord. It's just, they're not providing me with a lot of show content that I can use to make my life easier.
Put that up in the air. I mean...
Oh, I'm sorry. That's the wrong voicemail. I went back to the old one. Here we go.
And if you didn't understand that, I called you gay nerds. That is all.
Y'all are a bunch of girds. Or nays, depending on how you want to go there. Nay. Horses are so fucking gay, aren't they? Nay. It's like everything they say or do, they gallop and they prance. They've got that tail that's always flapping around. Have you seen a horse's eyelashes? They're all just so very gay. I love horses, gayest of all the animals. I love horses. They're hungry bottom. I mean, I know it's not as good as my We Shop song, but, this is just off the top of my head. I can work on this. All right, that is all the time we have on this edition of the show. I want you guys to email me, show@distortedview.com. Distortedview.com is our official website. Voicemail line for you, 206-666-4463. That's 206-660. God, is it? Oh, God.
Tootsie Roll. Midgie.
Spread the distortion, STD. Tell all your friends about the show. Don't forget to give us a 5-star rating, a thumbs up, or like wherever you can rate and review podcasts. Guys, thank you so much for a great week of programs. I'll be back on Monday to do it all over again. Until then, bye, everybody.
It's Friday, baby. Fuck. Yeah, it's the weekend, baby. Fuck. Yeah, Friday, baby. Fuck. Fuck. The weekend, baby. Fuck.
This has been another excellent podcast from the Scribe Media Group. Learn more at scribe.net.